chronicling all things first place Baltimore Orioles all week long. Luke will be at Camden Yards as the Colorado Rockies come to town. And, of course, this weekend, training camp begins in earnest. Full pads, full heat, full everything. Hopefully full Joe Flacco as well, beginning on Thursday out in Owings Mills. Luke and I will be on the scene. Any breaking news comes to you via the WNST text service. That's all brought to you by Coons Ford of Security Boulevard. Meanwhile, the Denver Broncos will begin camp as well as the Rockies come in and play out another string, although they could be a 500 team. This guy covers all things sports out in the Mile High City for Mile High Sports. You can follow his journey out on Twitter as well at Ren Know It All. He is Reno Notaro of Mile High Sports in Denver. What's up? Happy summer to you. It's the good life you got out there at the Mile High City. Other than Rockies baseball, things are good, right?
Yeah, everything's going well. It's always beautiful in Denver. We got and if the Rockies could just have a little consistency, they would be 500 heading into their brutal road trip if they would not have gotten blown out by the mighty Rays in back-to-back games.
Yeah, I would say, for the Rockies, they're a quiet franchise in this part, right? I mean, we hear about a couple of these young sticks. We don't see them very often. We don't stay up late with them very often. They're not as relevant as, let's say, the Giants or the Dodgers are out in the West. But I don't want to say there's a sleeping giant there, but there's certainly a couple of really good ball players coming in here at a very young age, and they're about to call up another one with high expectations in David Dahl, right? I mean, this is a young franchise that looks and plays that way, and if they finish at 500, it would be a really good sign for them, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of growing going on right now with the Rockies. You have a great leader and one of the best outfielders in Major League Baseball in Carlos Gonzalez, and he would probably it would be a pretty penny to get him trade deadline. His name has come up. But I think when you look at the best third baseman in Major League Baseball, you have to start with Nolan Arenado. He can hit and feel good as anyone. He is the best third baseman in baseball. That's hands down. And then you look at a youngster like John Gray, who threw on Friday, a big right-handed pitcher, live arm, 6'5", 240 pounds, and the future looks very bright. And then I think Trevor Story is on his way to Rookie of the Year. So a lot of young talent, and you can't forget Mayhew at second base. He just scoops everything up. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement in the field. The Rockies just need to get consistency pitching.
In the case of Arenado, I mean, it's, in Baltimore, we would say that's flippant, right? But I had someone on earlier in the week that said that Larry Boa called him the best third baseman he'd ever seen, and Boa played with Schmidt. So, and that was Tracy Ringolsby giving me that sort of information as well. So, it comes from a well-placed source. We got Machado here, and we sort of think of Machado and Harper and Trout as being the best players in baseball. I think there's a lot of places with a lot of young players they can say that. But Arenado, you're not the first one to give me this sort of information, but we just don't see him play here very often, and these teams never get together.